starring Chuck Connors.
Only one shoulder, referee.
Oh, he's got you pinned good, Pa.
You heard the referee. I give up.
Lucas, you're not just humoring me because I'm the president.
My word of honor, Mr. Lincoln.
Abe, you get those bony knees off of Lucas.
Oh, we was just having a little harmless fun, Sister Emma. Where are we, Lucas?
I'll let you know how harmless after Doc takes a look at my back.
I'm ashamed of you, Abe.
Good rub down with some horse liniment, and you'll be as good as new.
Is this a way to treat a guest? And on your birthday?
Well, I'll write my apology into the congressional record.
Come on now. Now you get over there and wash up. You're bad boys, both of you. And you're not getting a mouthful of this birthday cake until I see clean hands and faces. And ears.
Why, and don't forget to leave some room for supper tonight.
That's right, Mr. Lincoln. Mark's been waiting a long time to have you taste his cooking.
I'll leave some room, Mark. Well, those pictures were taken by Mr. Matthew Brady.
Oh, they sure look like you, Mr. Lincoln.
Now, unfortunately, they do. Mr. Brady was a great artist, but even he couldn't change a baboon into a peacock.
You've got a nice face, Abe, when it's clean.
Well, a baboon is what they called me in the newspaper.
That was a long time ago. Now come and cut your cake. Oh, Abe. First you make a wish and then you blow out the candle.
Yeah, of course. A wish. Man, my poor darling Ange.
Blow out the candle, Mr. Lincoln.
The wind and the rain beating on her grave.
My, but you've grown, Mark, just in these last few months.
Expect I have, ma'am.
You studying hard at school?
I'm doing the best I can.
12 months. Schooling's all Abe Lincoln ever had. How's things at the ranch, Lucas?
Everything's fine, Mr. Lincoln.
Oh, delighted to hear it. Man with the hoe is the backbone of the country. Well, how are the good citizens of North Fork faring?
Nothing unusual to report. Babies are being born, old folks dying. But there's more born than dying, so imagine in a year or two, we'll just be a regular city.
You know, I've a hankering to see North Fork again.
Now, Abe.
We can bring him back in the morning, Emma.
I don't like leaving him alone, Lucas.
Okay, Emma, no harm will come to me. It's been a long time since I've been out of the house. I'm of the people, sister. I've got to get out and see the people every once in a while. Get to know what they're feeling firsthand.
All right, Abe. But you behave yourself now.
Here's my frock coat pressed.
Oh, it's hanging in your closet. But it smells of camphor. Wear something else.
Well, I can't, Emma. People expect to see me in my frock coat.
Look after him, Lucas.
Oh, don't worry, Emma. We'll take good care of him. You go on up and help him dress.
All right.
Who's Ann?
Oh, I expect he was talking about Ann Rutledge, son. She was Abraham Lincoln's sweetheart, they say. She died.
Golly, he really thinks he's Abraham Lincoln, doesn't he?
Well, he lost his own sweetheart during the war.
He sure is loony.
Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pa, but... Well, you know what I mean.
Well, let's just say he's a strange man, son. But he's also a kind man and a gentleman.
Oh, I know, Pa, and I like him, but I just don't understand what makes him pretend like that all the time.
Well, son, everybody pretends sometime during his life. As a matter of fact, when you were a little boy, 3 or 4 years old, you had a little friend named Jesse.
I don't remember any Jesse.
Well, he was a little fella you dreamed up in your imagination. As a matter of fact, you used to make your mother set an extra place at the table for him every night.
Wonder what made me do that.
Well, son, I imagine you were lonely. You needed a friend, so you made him up.
Oh, yeah, Pa, but that's only kids' stuff.
Well, son, grown-ups pretend for different reasons. Sometimes it's a means of running away from, well, from a reality they can't face.
What happened to him?
The war wounded some in strange, unaccountable ways, Mark.
Abe is ready.
Before we go, Lucas, I've got a little present here for Tad.
That was Mr. Lincoln's son.
It's a souvenir from old Abe.
Mr. Lincoln, I don't think the boy's old enough to handle guns.
This is a Colt that U.S. Grant carried when he took Vicksburg. I'd like the boy to have it.
I know, but I don't think...
Lucas, it gives the president great pleasure to give it to the boy.
All right, Mark, you can take it.
Thank you, Mr. Lincoln.
Shall we go?
Oh, I can't go with you. I've got to get supper ready.
We'll be home about 5 o'clock, son.
Enjoy yourself in town, Mr.
Yeah, I
Lincoln.
will.
You behave yourself, Abe.
Yes, ma'am, I will. Oh, it's a fine day to meet the good citizens of Norfolk.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop by the hotel and rest a bit, Mr. Lincoln?
Oh, I've been resting up all year for this, Lucas. Let's stretch our legs a bit.
All right.
9, 10,
11, 12, 13.
14, 15. How are you, Mr. Lincoln?
In robust health, thank you, Susan. You faring any better with your schoolwork?
Yes, sir. Teacher says since Mom gave me that tonic, I've been real smart. Columbus discovered America in 1492. George Washington signed the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809 and was assessed...
Go on.
And signed the Proclamation of Emancipation in 1862. Bye, Mr. Lincoln.
Good morning, Mr. McCain.
Good morning, Mr. Lincoln. Good morning, Lucas. Sure is nice to see you in Norfolk.
Well, thank you very much. And how is business?
It's looking up.
Well, you know, those are the reports I've been getting from all over the country. It's looking up. That's a fine-looking rail splitter you got there.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, good day, Mr. McKeever.
Why, good day, Mr. Lincoln. Good day, Lucas.
Lucas, do you think that we might...
Mr. Lincoln, you know you're a teetotaler.
Oh, just a glass of water, Lucas.
Oh, Lucas, by the way, that wood saw you ordered came in.
You go on in, Mr. Lincoln. I'll be right back.
Fine.
Mr. Lincoln, we're honored to have you in town, sir.
What's my pleasure, Mr. Swenson?
Can I buy you a beer?
No, thank you. A long, cold drink of water, please. It's been a long, dry journey.
That road on a day like this can be fierce.
Gentlemen, I give you the Union.
The Union!
Mr. Lincoln, in your honor. When I was young, I used to wait on Master and bring him his plate. Pass down the bottle when he got dry and brush away the blue-tailed fly. Give me crack corn, I don't care. Give me crack corn, I don't care.
says this is North Fork. I think we're lost somewhere in Bedlam.
Bedlam?
That's a madhouse. I want to meet my president.
Oh, now, don't cause trouble, Mr. Yorty. He ain't bothered you.
Sure does pick a
Mr.
fight.
Lincoln.
Huh? Yes?
Don't you recognize me, Mr. Lincoln?
Oh, no, I don't, young fella. You must be a stranger around North Fork.
That's right. I'm from Virginia. I'm General Robert E. Lee. Why don't you go back to your table, mister?
Thank you very much, Mr. Swenson. But I think I can conduct this conversation with this good man.
I'm not a good man, Mr. Lincoln. I'm a bad man. I'm John Wilkes Booth. Bang, bang. You're dead.
You are joshing me, sir. John Wilkes Booth is a tragedian. And you, sir, are a cheap clown.
See, Mr. President, I'd sure enjoy listening to you recite Gettysburg Address.
This is not the battlefield. This is a saloon. And you, sir, are drunk.
You're fond of drunks, Mr. Lincoln. Why, I heard tell when they criticized General Grant for drinking a mite too much. You said, find out the brand and give some to my other generals.
Why are you taunting me?
You're loco. Do you hear me? Your loco is John Brown, whose body lies a moldering in the grave. John Brown, who shot my father down in cold blood at Harper's Ferry.
Will you accept my apologies? I mean you no harm, citizen.
I'm not your citizen, Mr. Loco.
Mr. Lincoln is my name.
All right, if you're Mr. Lincoln, you know who I am. Jack Armstrong.
Jack Armstrong was a good wrestler.
That's right. You want to take me on?
I'd be proud to oblige you, sir. Mr. Swenson?
I'm coming at you, Mr. Lincoln. Oh, you got him, Mr. Lincoln. You surely got him good.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Swenson. Thank you. Good day, gentlemen.
Good day. Nice match, Mr. Lincoln.
You all right, Mr. Yorty?
I think he broke my arm. He broke my arm.
If you'd have been there, Lucas, you'd have seen. I was only wrestling with him. It was all just good, clean fun. I've never hurt anyone.
I know that, Mr. Lincoln.
Sure, he was just pretending when he said his arm was broken. I mean, like he was pretending when he said he was John Wilkes Booth.
You have another proportion, Mr. Lincoln?
No, thank you, Lucas. He was taunting me. That's no excuse. I should have made light of his jokes. Mr. Lincoln would never allowed himself to get taunted into a fight. Mr. Lincoln would have Emma's going to be angry with me. I promised to behave myself, and I didn't.
Mr. Lincoln, maybe you ought to go to bed now, huh?
Guess you're right, Lucas. I am kind of tired. Maybe if I'd have done as he said and recited the Gettysburg Address, it would have satisfied him. 87 years ago, my fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met here on a great battlefield. Paul, why couldn't somebody have stopped that fight in the saloon?
Well, son, in a way, I'm glad no one did. Nils told me the man was teasing him the way a mean boy teases a helpless pup. And Mr. Lincoln is no helpless pup. Matter of fact, he's every bit the wrestler the real Abraham Lincoln was. Well, come on, son, let's finish up these dishes and get to bed. We've got to get up early in the morning.
Mike Smith. Yeah? You finished shoeing my horse? Huh? Guess I made a fool of myself in the saloon last night. Drank myself to sleep after the doc set my arm. It hurt so bad.
I figure your conscience ought to be bothering you worse than that arm.
Yeah, I guess that's so. I was thinking this morning, however, I could set things straight. Somehow.
Well, you might begin by apologizing to old Abe.
That's exactly what I had in mind. Where could I find Abe?
I think Lucas McCain took him out to his ranch. About 5 miles on the road south of town.
Much obliged.
Mr. Yorty, we got to be riding the Marionette.
Not until I apologize to Mr. Lincoln. And then kill him.
Nice work, Mr. President.
Well, if Abe Lincoln can't split logs, who can?
You two like to go hunting? I'm going to look for a couple of rabbits for dinner.
Oh, no, Pa. We're going to stay here and split some more logs.
All right, I'll be back in about an hour.
Well, now, Mark, maybe you can try one.
Oh, no, it takes me 4 or 5 whacks just to get one of those split.
Well, none of you know how. You just have to concentrate on making that log your enemy. You say to yourself, if I don't split that log in one whack, something terrible is going to happen to me. Like, I'm going to come down with the dropsy. See? And then you put all your strength and all your mind right into this sledge. And?
You did it again.
Of course it did. You don't think I want to come down with the dropsy, do you? Here now. Well, now you try it.
Oh, I don't think I can.
Sure you can. Now just rear back. Now, steady now. Now, you've got to split this log in one whack, or, your pa's crop is going to be smothered by a dust storm, and you won't have anything to eat for a whole year but beans.
I hate beans! It works, Mr. Lincoln.
Well, you didn't think Abe Lincoln would lie to you.
I better get these logs over to the woodshed.
Mr. Lincoln.
Well, good day, friend.
Friend? Well, that's a mighty Christian attitude of yours to call me a friend. Now, you don't recognize me. You've got a short memory.
Oh, you're the fellow I wrestled with yesterday. I'm deeply sorry.
You stay right where you are, Mr. President. Put down that sledge.
I wasn't going to harm you, sir.
You stand still, and I won't hurt you. I'll put a bullet through your brain, you won't feel a thing.
Now, friend,
You can't get it through that poor, clouded brain of yours. I'm not your friend. I'm gonna kill you.
Why do you want to harm me?
Because I am a great patriot of the South. You didn't believe me yesterday. But I'm really John Wilkes Booth, and I'm here to assassinate you.
Drop that gun, mister, or I'll shoot. Drop it! I'll pull this trigger. Drop it!
Mark! It's a souvenir gun. There are no bullets in it.
Oh, please, mister, don't shoot him. It's defenseless.
You just stay where you are, Sonny. You're worse off than I thought. You could have bluffed me. You could have taken away my gun.
I didn't think about that.
But I'm gonna kill you. Well, didn't you believe me?
I believe you. Turn your head, Mark. Don't hurt him, Lucas. That's an order, McCain.
Get out of here, mister. Right now.
Sorry about the disturbance, Lucas. Poor fellow. War must have addled his brain.
It was loaded.
Yes.
Why did you tell me it wasn't? I could have shot him.
I know.
Of course, I'm not really so sure I could have.
I know. We've just been through a bloody war, Mark. Boys not much older than you finding out whether they could or couldn't pull the trigger. Something I hope you never have to find out.
Hello, Abe.
Hello, sister.
Did he behave himself, Lucas?
You'd have been proud of him, Emma. He behaved just the way a great man should.
Thank you for everything, Lucas. Mark?
It was our pleasure, Mr. President.
Bye, Mr. Lincoln.
Aren't you going to stay for a bite of supper?
No, we've got to get home, Emma. Bye.
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 What's the matter, son?
Well, Pa, is it really honest what we do with Mr. Lincoln?
Is it... Son, do you remember when your grandma used to live with us a long time ago?
Well, I was pretty young, but I remember a little.
Well, she was 88 years old then, kind of feeble, could hardly even see. But like the rest of us, she still wanted to feel alive and useful. So every morning, she picked up her broom and swept out the kitchen. She didn't do a very good job. So your mother or I would have to do it all over again. Now, were we being honest with Grandma? Not really. You see, to have been too honest would have been cruel. So we let her go on sweeping. Same thing with Abe. You see, son, it's not really a question of honesty. It's more a matter of kindness and understanding for a fellow human being.
In other words, if you love someone, it just can't be dishonest.
That's right, son.
you.